Welcome. This is the 6 yard box. You're welcome, and you're welcome to uh, you're welcome to all about 90 minutes, and this is where we look at the game over the weekend. Tottenham taking on Arsenal. Tottenham, Tottenham taking on Arsenal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And we're gonna look at the game. It was tough. It was tough for Tottenham fans. As a Tottenham fan myself, it was very difficult to watch the first half. I think Tottenham came out of the block, started really well, had a couple of chances. I think Sonny's chance was before they scored. And it's the same old problem with Tottenham. I bet it must be frustrating for the manager, for the coach, for the fans as well. Tottenham always find it difficult um, um, to start a game really well, and they did the same thing against Arsenal. Arsenal had a lot of possession, dominated midfield. Partey, Odegaard, and Saka, and Tottenham had a injury in midfield as what's his name was not playing, and it was difficult for Tottenham to control the game, and it was just too much of a problem for Tottenham to control that game. And first goal was poor from Tottenham. Lloris, seems to be the same problem with Tottenham, making the same mistakes. And it's the same old thing that we always talk about at Tottenham. Sessegnon didn't do himself justice. I think we were trying to play a high line, and we all know what the problem is at Tottenham, to be honest, and it's just a case of I'm going to talk about that after. But they took the lead, mistake from Lloris, and then Tottenham tried to come back into the game. They got done for the second one, was a sucker punch. I think Lloris kicked out the ball. The ball is headed back by Tottenham, by the what do you call it? By the Arsenal defense, best defense in the league, I think. And the two midfielders for Tottenham, you can tell they've not played enough together. They seems to be going for the same ball. That created a lot of space for the guy to run into with the ball. There was nobody tracking him. The defense were backing off. You think Dyer was going to take control of that situation, being the lead defender to engage Odegaard, but he was just backing off, and Odegaard just had the room to shoot. And that was the second goal. And Tottenham tried the second half to come back into the game, but it was difficult. Still had more shots on target. I think the game changed on, it's fine margins in this game. That could have been a different game if Tottenham had scored from a Kane's header, Sonny as well. Sessegnon to make it 2-1. And then Arsenal would have, been under a little bit of pressure. But at the end of the day, Tottenham lost the game 2-0. And then, the reaction to that was unbelievable, man. The fans were going crazy. The meltdown. I always, every time Tottenham lose a game, there's a meltdown. There's no halfway in between. And I think the fans need to, I understand some of them have a bigger issue with the board and everything. But, if you have a big issue with the board, don't come to the games. And if you're gonna go to the games, go and protest outside the stadium, even if there's only five of you every day. But this thing changes every day after a defeat. You never hear people talking about this, about the style after a win. And for me, the manager and the board, they understand what's going on. They understand where they are. The manager has said it so many times that he's happy to be at Spurs, and he said it that you understand that it's going to be a process. It's not stupid to think he's going to come to Tottenham and all of a sudden he's going to get what he wants in the first window, first summer window, which is the big window, to be honest. And there's some fans out there that are just deluded about stuff. They just want to live in their own fairy tale world, live in cuckoo land, and think, oh, yeah, the board is going to back Conte, and they're going to back him now. And that just you're saying the same thing, and you're expecting a different result every time. You know what the board is like. The board were never going to back Conte in his first season at Tottenham. That was never going to happen. They were not going to they were not going to back him the way he wanted them to back him. And we can say whatever we like about the board. We can say whatever, we know the kind of board that we have at Tottenham. We know what they are. So why are we pretending? Like we're letting people tell us what we already know. Like, you see pundits, you see the press writing a lot of rubbish. It's madness. And we can't be patient to this manager has only been there from one season, 1 year. I think it was just 1 year in November gone. And you see fans all crying, saying, Conte is gonna leave. He's got to the end of the wind, and then he's got to the summer to renew his contract. Why are we so worried about the contract? The contract only comes up when Tottenham lose a game. It never comes up when we win a game. The board and Conte understand what's going on. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. You know, this is going to be a slow process. It's going to be a process. Whatever we like, people go on and about, oh, yeah, project manager and non-project manager. Whatever way you want to look at it, both sets of managers still need time. They need time. Trust me. And it's all about winning games. That's what it comes down to. It's all about winning games. You could be a project manager. They will give you an 8-year contract. If you don't win enough games, you get the sack. The Premier League has too much money for chairman to be faffing about and be thinking, oh, we're gonna give somebody a 25-year contract because he's a project manager. It's all rubbish. It's all just crazy, man. I think the press press jump on it as well, especially at Tottenham. They jump on it with all these stories they write about. Oh, every time we lose, Conte is not happy. He wants to leave. When Tottenham win, they don't say Conte is not happy. He wants to leave. When we lose, Conte is not being backed. When we win, nobody talks about Conte not being backed. This board has spent a lot of money for this manager in his first season. I don't think any of us Tottenham fans expected them to spend so much money and get those amount of players in. And some of these players have not even been playing regularly. Injuries. Some of them are players for the future, and it's just madness, man. If you Tottenham fans, they it's always a meltdown. There's no meltdown. There's no middle ground. There's no thinking about looking at other what do you call it? Looking at other issues or other thing that goes wrong that's going on with the squad. You know, it's I know every team has injuries and has problems, but it affects teams differently as well. The manager is not a magician, he's won trophies wherever he's gone to, playing the way he thinks he knows is gonna give him, it's gonna give him success. Most of the big managers, they don't change their ways. You won't tell Pep to be kicking the ball long or play 5-3-2 or whatever. They might do once in a while, but they stick to what they know. And they believe they can once they get the players that they want, they can play the way they want to play. Arsenal, Teta has been there 5 years or 4 to 4 years now. Spent over 200 million. I bet Arsenal fans, all of them jumping on the back of him. Half of the fan base wanted him to go. They wanted him to go. So Imagine they had sacked him. Where would they be now? And nobody expected Arsenal to be in the situation they are now. And that's football for you. You never know what's gonna happen until it actually happens. People will talk about, oh, yeah, Arsenal got a plan. They've all planned this out. Oh, come on, man. Get real. You know, get real, man. You can plan as much as you like, but the expected result you don't expect. Okay, fair dues, you expect Arsenal to play well or get better than last season, but nobody thinks they're going to be top of the table now. So people just need to calm down, man. I know everybody's entitled to their opinions, but some of it is just it swings. It just goes from one extreme to the other, 0 to 100. There's no middle ground, and that's what If you don't like the manager, you don't like the board. Keep saying the same thing: win, lose, or draw. So we know that you don't like the manager or you don't like the board. When we win, nobody talks about the board. Some people do, but they talk about it just you know, like a little reference. No, you don't see the same energy when we win. And for me, it's the same thing we keep doing with all these managers. They'll come in, the board. We know what the body are gonna, what the board is gonna do. They're not gonna be backed. We know the kind of players we're gonna go for. We're not gonna go for expensive players because we shop in a different market. Anybody can we talk about, oh yeah, we got the money, we should be. Nah, that's not what we see. And with this board, that's not gonna happen. We're not gonna all of a sudden going for big expensive signing. We're gonna look for loans. We're gonna look for cheap deals, players running down their contract. That's the way Tottenham has been run. We're gonna look for young players that we can get really young and improve on and get better. We've done it in the past. I don't get it. And for me, it's just about patience. The money, I think it's just a set of fans that most clubs have. There's nothing like patience. Nobody wants to go through a process and see a manager build a squad gradually. Nobody wants to see that. And at the end of the day, they're gonna keep going around in circles because what will happen? The manager will lose a couple of games. The fans will start shouting, going crazy. The chairman will panic. He'll sack the manager and he'll bring in Poch. Poch will be like, you know, will Poch wanna go through the same old thing that he went through the last time at Tottenham? I don't think so. Because that's not even guaranteed anything. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing. You could spend 500, 600 million, 200 billion. It, apart from City, and the reason why City are in that position is because they can afford to buy players, lose money on those players, sell them on, and go and spend again because they are owned by a country. All the other clubs, Newcastle is going to maybe Newcastle might join might come into that category as well. But that's just it. There's nothing guaranteed. You can only buy players, give the manager time to work with these players, especially experienced managers, and pray that everything falls into place and you actually win something. Tottenham fans are so desperate to win a cup, they believe they deserve it. Somebody was saying the other day, "Ah, Tottenham just needs to win the cup. Tottenham just needs to win the cup. I don't really care about top four. I don't care about anything. Winning a cup is all about building a squad and getting the squad to have the experience to be in a position. You have to, if you want to get into a door, get into a house, you have to be in a position. At least you have to get to the door first. If you don't make it to the door, forget about getting into that house. We need to build a squad that's competitive in every single competition with the right mentality, a winning mentality. And this is going to take time. And time, it's timeless. It's relative. You can't put a time on it because I said it's going to take time. I don't mean it's going to take 10 years or 2 years or 3 years or 6 months. Nobody knows, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time. With this board that we've got at Tottenham, it's going to take time. So, Everyone should just chill, man. Chill. I know it's a big defeat against Arsenal, everybody, but for me, I looked at it like, they're ahead of us in the process. Although I still believe that we could have won. We are coming into the game. I see Tottenham fans thinking, oh, we're going to lose. I never felt that way coming into that game because, you know, we always win against them at home. So I never felt that way. When we look at the game, the stats proved otherwise. Proved that it was not a battering like people label. Like, oh, Arsenal dominated. It was a battle. Arsenal were 18 pull up. This was making saves left, right, and center. Their keeper was the man of the match as well, making great saves. So let's just calm down. Let's go again. We got City. Anyway that one goes through, because for me, I think we got a better chance of beating City at home, at our place, than at their place. But we saw what happened last season. Anything can happen, and we just go again after that, into the Fulham game. Then we play City again. I think there's an FA Cup in between. Got Champions League, and our fans are so negative, man. Even before a game, I saw somebody saying before the Crystal Palace game that, oh, we're gonna lose anyway. You know, how can I don't understand fans sometimes, man. I don't understand. How can you want your club to lose coming into a game and think your team is gonna lose anyway? Imagine that kind of a fan going to support the team. You know, and I felt it against the Arsenal, against that in that Arsenal game as well. That after Arsenal scored, the stadium just went quiet. It's like everybody is like, and we keep comparing ourselves to Arsenal. If Arsenal were fifth, we would be comparing ourselves to Arsenal. We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be comparing ourselves to Arsenal. We shouldn't. We should be comparing ourselves to clubs that are even better than Arsenal. We shouldn't be comparing ourselves to Arsenal. At the end of the day, man, we want to be better than Arsenal. We don't want to be at the same level as Arsenal. We want to be better than them. So, all this noise and all this, you know, meltdown from fans, and it's just getting boring now, to be honest. It's the same thing. I bet the next time we win a game, it will go away. When we lose again, it's the same old story. Conte wants to leave. He's not back. The fans will say, oh, he has to leave. He's playing. Football is boring. And it's the same old thing. It's like it's getting boring for me. It's getting boring. Nobody, if anybody thinks we're gonna get a squad in this window to that's gonna be, we're gonna change our centre backs in this window, sign a midfielder. I don't know. In this window, they're deluded, because we're not gonna sign a quality centre back until the summer. And that's, if you're thinking otherwise, you know, I don't know what you've been drinking, to be honest. But yeah, and that's just it, man. And for me, I'm not even gonna react no more. I think this is the last time I'm gonna react to this kind of thing. Next time I'll just talk about the game and let the others want to rant and rave about stuff. They can do that. For me, it's the last time I'm talking about it. Was a defeat against Arsenal. Arsenal deserved it. Like I always say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We see where we are at the end of the season. So yeah, that's it, man. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. This is all about 90 minutes Tottenham Arsenal match reaction. I'll see you for the game on Thursday against Man City. Hopefully, we get a victory. Um, and if we get a defeat as well, it's a game whereby, for me, I want to win. But we know City are very tough as well, and we get what we get from it. So the squad is injuries. Players are just coming back from injuries. Hopefully, Bentancur will play, and yeah, we see what will happen. We see what happens, and yeah, you know. And another thing now, you see players, see people talking about the manager. Oh, he's too stubborn. Come on, man. Come on, man. This guy's won most trophies wherever he's been to, and he's coming to a club that's not won nothing. And you get fans telling him, "Oh, he needs to change. He's stubborn. He's stubborn. He needs to change." Come on, But I guess that's what we are. That's why we are fans, isn't it? So we're allowed to sit in our house, and online and chat rubbish. We just talk. At the end of the day, man, I think that's why, that's That's why we are fans. We are not in the boardroom. We are not we are not the manager. And I think yes, we are allowed to talk, but sometimes there's a process, and that's just the way it is at Tottenham. So we move. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this for the first time, please smash the like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Tottenham. I was gonna do a separate video about Tottenham, but I can't be bothered to be. I'm not gonna. I've covered it in this stream. Watch out for all our content. Watch out for the weekend review that should be dropping sometime soon. It's a bit late. That should be dropping sometime soon. So, thank you very much for watching. Take care. God bless. I'll see you next time.